League was like not something that I wanted to play, because I'm usually some kind of guy that used to play FPSs or more or less like something like RPGs or whatever it is, but never like something like MOBAs. So I was kind of surprised that I actually, even though I didn't like it in the beginning, I started to like it after like a couple of games where I actually adapted and became better at it. Okay, I played Morgana every role with every build. So because I didn't know how to play the game, I just like, oh, this champion seems nice. This I'm gonna play her. So I just played Morgana for a couple of games. And then I noticed, this champion is actually not that diverse. So I started playing like Ashe. I started playing Ezreal, but Ezreal was too complicated for me at the beginning, because if you're a noob at the game, there's nothing you can do with Ezreal. But Ashe was something I liked pretty much. Was it back in season 1 actually, when I was rising the ladder as an AD carry somewhat. I was playing Ashe, Ezreal a lot, and actually became good at them. And I was around 1.7k elo. I noticed that I was unable to like climb the ladder anymore. And I was like, maybe it's time for a change. I'm just gonna play this role. He seems to always gank my lane. The enemies always seem to gank my lane and seem to influence the game. So might as well try it myself. And I started playing Yudia, I started playing Olaf, these kind of champions like Xin Zhao, and basically try to like orchestrate like early game plays in order to win the game, as the junglers usually do. And I found great success later on in the next season, which is season 2, and rose the ladder to like top 10. As I started jungling, no, but as I like tried to basically have some kind of competitive sense, or basically actively rise the ladder, I started like watching Odd One guides. I started like, obviously like the M5 craze was big at that time, so I was like, yeah, Diamondprox is someone that I want to follow, because he seems to be always dominating every game, so I can learn from him. But Saint Vicious was another jungler that I looked up to, because he was quite famous at the time with CLG. And now, and after today, like I feel like he's not a shell of his former self, but like over the years he evolved. Like actually didn't evolve. I'm gonna take that back. He didn't evolve. The thing is that most junglers, when they want to stay competitive, they play the game, they alter their mindset, they try to find new practice methods, they try to find new like ways of approaching the game. And I think Diamondprox is someone that is maybe slightly stubborn, but maybe just like so sure of himself that he, after his initial success, he didn't really evolve his gameplay, which I think is something that is haunting him now, where Gambit is a team that can actually potentially do well, but seems to be held back by maybe a false mindset. For myself, personally, it was the 5-game series versus LMQ that we had in the semifinals, where in the game 5, when we knew that we had the game, we made the last push. Yeah, like this immense feeling of happiness, and like that he actually made it towards, even though he struggled throughout the season with like Roster Tennis, Gleep for Last Boy, with a lot of internal issues where I had to adapt to NA, I had to adapt to the coaching staff, to being like forced to do stuff instead of like having some kind of like own motivation. And it just felt like so much burden was off of me and off of everyone in the team, and I was just really effing happy at that point. Like our team was great. I think we're at season 4 Worlds. I think we were by far, even though there's memes obviously overused, we were by far the best Western team, and not just because of scrim results, because we like basically beat everyone at the end, like by 3-0, 4-0, maybe 3-1, but more so our vision of the game was different to most teams, where I had the I think most Korean mindset of any jungler besides maybe Shook. So I had the approach that at level 3, I would make a play happen on the map, or level 4, and it's 100% gonna work. And this is something only Korean junglers were able to do. And besides those, maybe some kind of Chinese junglers, maybe someone like Laughlin, maybe someone like Clearlove, but even those seemed to be like underwhelming in scrims at least. So at that point I felt like I was at my strongest point, and TSM as a whole was a contender for top 4. It seems like rational. Time is basically the biggest thing that you give up, because it's not just like that you invest like initially time into it into becoming good, but you have to maintain being good. You have to maintain being a league player, being someone that has the mindset for every practice session, etc. So there are things that can drift you off of that, and those are the things you have to eliminate, and that is basically time investment in the end. where you maybe not be able to chat with your girlfriend every day, you may not be able to meet up with all your friends every day, you may not be able to basically do certain things, certain schemes that you're used to, maybe just like going to school or whatever it is, or like, I don't know, just doing a lot of stuff that you can't do anymore as soon as you become league professional and want to achieve to be good. I think right now it's actually not Lee Sin, as like most people would expect, but I think Nidalee is a champion that I just find great fun in. Like, it doesn't even matter which type of game I am, which kind of opening I have. As soon as I have Nidalee, I just feel like I have this innate freedom, like to do whatever I want and to make plays all around the map and to execute whatever I want to do. So if people actually want to like be a free League of Legends player, a free League of Legends jungler more so, I think Nidalee is the champion to go with. I'd say read the enemy movements. I'd say have an open mindset. I think it's actually like they're champions like Nidalee, Lee Sin, maybe Rek'Sai, Gragas or J4 that you have to have an open mindset with because they can trespass terrain. So if you see a play, if you think you see a play, like you can execute it, but you have to see that play. I want to be remembered as someone that is actually as a great teammate. I'd say as a great teammate because we have seen good junglers go bad. We have seen good players in general go bad after some time. But as long as you maintain being a great teammate, that is something that you can basically sustain and basically sustain your career with. So that is something that I want to achieve at any given point, and that's something I want to be remembered for.
I complained because I tried to do Dragon at level 2 or 3. I played really bad. Pretty sure, or I remember every champion was Janna. Maybe I should